What's up guys, my name is Ryan45678 and welcome back to another video on the 2003 Mazda Tribute V6 ES 3-liter. In this video I'm going to be attempting to replace the PCV valve. If you saw any of my previous videos on doing the valve covers, the rear valve cover, I had the intake off. I could see it, but I still couldn't get to the PCV valve. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's right there. See that one hose? You got to get that hose off, and I couldn't get to it by hand, and it's only after I got the car back together and running that I found someone that said, oh, take a 7/8 12-point socket and it'll fit right on. This is the new PCV valve. This is a 7/8 12-point socket. It's a square thing. It goes in there, and look, it's on. It's not going to fall out either. So if I can get this thing in there, get the hose off, get that in there, I can replace the PCV valve. And another thing I'm going to be doing, which I could have done while I was down there but I forgot, was put a clamp on the PCV hose because it's all worn out. It looks like it's, I mean, it's supposed to be on a thing like this, but it's like and what I'm hoping this will do is cause the misfires at idle that this thing is having. They're not registering as codes, but that's one of the common symptoms of a bad PCV valve or hose. But basically what I'm going to be doing to get to this, it's not much. I've already taken the intake boot off, which is just 2 hose clamps here and this little vacuum hose that comes off. Of course, first disconnecting the negative battery terminal. And then next is the throttle body, which I've already taken off the accelerator cable and the cruise control cable. And all you have to do for that is, I'll show you the cruise control like that. Mine has this thing holding it on because it's kind of broken, I guess. And then the accelerator cable, same way, except it comes out here. So it's normally like that, and come out here. You don't have to take this off or anything. I'm just moving this out of the way because I think it'll be better accessible that way. So this has 2 bolts, both 10 millimeters. The other one needs a deep socket. And if your wire thingy is still clipped to it, because it has a stud, then take that off with a screwdriver. Mine was broken. It was still on there the last time I took it off, but I don't need it anymore, so I took it off because it was broken. And be sure not to drop these in the engine bay. I mean, you could probably find them, but it might be difficult. Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. Yeah, I don't remember if I mentioned there's 2 wires that go into here, one here and one here that you need to unplug. They're just little tabs that you push down. I'm hoping this will resolve the rough idle situation in this car, because that's what I've been trying to get rid of. Although, as I've found other problems, I've been fixing them, like the valve cover, which is major. But if you look at some of my previous videos, you'll see you'll hopefully see what I'm talking about. But it likes to idle, and then it like drops RPMs suddenly, and then picks right back up. It's like it's stumbling. There we go. And we'll, oh yeah, the last thing on this that I already took off was this hose right here. It's like clipped onto this little bracket. I don't even know what it's for, but it's pretty fragile, but I took it off already. Hopefully you can see now we've got some more room to work with to put our hands in there. Let me just try to point you to the hose I'm talking about. This one right here. I hope you can see that. But at the end, right in the block, right there, is the PCV valve. So if you can get at that with a screwdriver to get the hose off, then you should be able to access the PCV valve. I've already taken this off once, so maybe it'll be easy, but I seriously doubt it. Oh yeah, so this big screwdriver will fit in there. You want to get, just look at the old one. The square thingy is where the PCV valve is, and it connects to the hose there. So I'm just going to see if I can push it while pulling the hose. Be able to get enough leverage here. Before I had the intake off and I could do it there. This is all I got right now. There we go. That was easier than I thought. Now, hopefully you can see that PCV valve. It's right in there. Right here. If you can see that, I don't know. Next, I want to take this hose off. It's all nasty and got oil in it. So, okay, that's not what I thought it was. That's just a sleeve for the plastic hose. This one is the one that actually goes in there, and it looks fine. So I think I'm going to leave it. Dang it, I was going to wear gloves for this because I start work tomorrow. And I was trying to clean off my hands, and it's not been cooperating. You know what, we might put a hose clamp on that just just for the sake of it. Alright, let's go ahead and pull that off. I need 2 hands for this, I think. There we go. Okay, so I guess it is what I thought. Not exactly. No, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's fine. We'll leave it. We'll take this off just because we need it out of the way right now. So it's got this thing. I think it's fine as long as we push it in good. So next thing up, the hose fit through there just like that. It's pretty straight. So in theory, the socket should fit up in there and get the PCV valve just fine. And since you saw how good it stuck on there, so it should be fairly easy once we get it on there to twist, and we shouldn't lose it. So let me get up in here. Oops, screwdriver. Yeah, that's right up in there. Perfect. Got it right on, I think. I was trying. Yeah. There we go. I got it just about. There, it's on. Now, just need a ratchet down in there so I can push on it and turn it and loosen it. Push. There we go. And I think I felt it come out just then. Yep, and it should pull right out. I see it, yep. So we're good. Take the ratchet off because it's in the way right now. There's the old PCV valve. Looks pretty nasty. And moment of truth. It rattles, but just a little bit. And it's all gunked up, the O-rings. Bad. Sometimes it doesn't rattle, depending on the position. So, definitely the cause of some concern, if not all of it. This one rattles freely. So let's go ahead and pop this thing on the socket. And I don't know exactly what orientation it goes because I should have looked at it, but it's something like this. We'll figure it out. I don't know where the holes line up, but it'll get there. So we'll stick it down in there just like we did the old one. Through here. And back in there. Shine the light so I know where I'm going. Down to the left, to the right a little bit. Kind of doing this blind, but knowing where it is makes it a little bit easier. See how close that is. Yeah, it's actually right in it, but not quite lined up. Need to angle it up a little bit. Yeah, like that. Put a ratchet on it. Flip it to tighten. There we go. Just double check. Make sure we're in there good. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It'll level itself out. We'll need to pick it up a little bit. And I think that's in. We'll take it out and look. I mean, you don't want to force it because it's only plastic and it only turns about 90 degrees, so. The ratchet. Yeah, it pulled off, so I think we did it, which is awesome. Yep, it is in there. I hope you can see that gray thing right there. That's it. It's in. Now all we got to do is put the hose back on, put the throttle body back on, and put the intake boot on, and put the battery back on, and then we'll be fine. So this end went to the PCV valve. This end went to the other hose. So let me just get the other hose on first. I'm trying to get a light so you guys can see what I'm doing. That's probably good. And that's assuming the angle will cooperate. So just stick it in where it goes and then make sure that goes on. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly. You know what? Let's put a hose clamp on it just to be safe, because I don't want that screwing everything up. Alright, so I took the hose back off. I'm going to slide the hose clamp on the other hose and then put the hose back on, just to make it easier. Slide it on this one, the top one. Take this hose. I know you can't see that, but plug it in. And that's a little bit big of a clamp, but we'll tighten it. And I think it's not quite exactly 8mm, but it'll be close enough. We're not going to be torquing down on it real hard, let's just say that much. Let's go. Get it real good. Got it right there, right on where the hose meets the plastic, so it's right where it kind of clamps on. I'm going to move it a little bit further forward, because I don't want it to rest right on the little raised, what do you call that? Not a nipple, lip, I guess. So I don't think that's the best place for it. So, oops, there we go. Try that. Just hold it in position. That's about it. That'll do. That'll do good enough. And keep it closed in case it is starting to have too much pressure or leak or whatever for whatever reason. Alright, next, I'm going to put this hose back on the PCV valve. So just line it up. You can actually see it, I think. You might not be able to on camera, but I can see it. So if you do this, you'll be able to see. It's a little bit of it. We need some more pressure. Both hands. There we go. Right? No. I think it's going. You just kind of have to fiddle with it till it gets in the right spot and wants to go on, and push it pretty hard. That's why I'm glad I clamped that, because that hose would have come loose probably pretty easily if I hadn't while I was doing this. Yeah, I heard it. Slowly but surely, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, nope, I popped it off. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. I got it. So I don't know what exactly made it get it. If I just got the right angle, or I just grabbed a little bit of grease from something that I took off earlier and put it on the inside of the hose, even though I think it was already pretty greasy. And it just popped in there. So that hose is on. Right, we got the PCV done. So what we need to do is put everything else back. Throttle body was the last thing we took off. So we will grab that, don't drop the bolts, preferably take them out. Put it back the same way it went on. Just like that. Move these out of the way so they don't get in the way. Take the one through here. See, that's why I don't usually wear gloves, because it's hard to feel things. It's hard to get a feel for stuff. Next, this bottom right one. Definitely tighten this like anything else. Get them snug before you tighten them real tight. These are 10s again. The good thing about this is with gloves you can grip things a little easier. So I'm just going to go until it's pretty tight against it. It's just going to take a while. That's good enough. Next. Do some by hand. this one. Tight. I don't want to over tighten them because they're going into brass and plastic. So got the bolts. This piece of hose, whatever it is, kind of goes in here for whatever reason. See, gloves get in the way. There we go. That just keeps it out of the way, I guess, mainly for whatever purpose it serves. Other than that, the two wires, they are this one, if I can get them. Here we go. This one, that doesn't feel right. There we go. It's kind of just caught on something down there. Anyway, this one goes here. Yeah, if something doesn't feel right, investigate it. Don't just ignore it and pull it tight, because you will end up with problems. Okay, so we got everything there. Now all we got left is the intake hose and battery and this thing, and we'll be done. So if you don't remember which way it went, just look at the orientation of it. Plus the vacuum hose goes here. I mean, you can't exactly do it this way. If you did it upside down, it wouldn't exactly fit. The vacuum hose has nowhere to go. So it obviously has to go this way. This thing usually takes a little bit of forcing to get it in where it needs to go. And to get it off and on, especially on this side, takes a lot of wiggling back and forth. So like that. I was able to do more on the way out. So let's get this side on. This works better without gloves, I'll be honest. There we go. One side. Okay. Don't forget the vacuum hose. Okay. Take it down. There we go. The battery. Perfect. We're done. I take that back. We are not done. I forgot about the cables, throttle cables. So just put these back in. And this one with its weird thing. Like that. And we're good. So now we have the moment of truth. Did this fix our problem? I'm betting 60% yes, 40% no. Let's see. Usually it'll misfire at idle when you first run it and for a while, and it does it mostly when you're in drive. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll take it for a drive. I'll have to drive it for a little while before I conclude for sure that it's fixed. But we'll see, But for now, let's just give it a start. Okay. So it would seem to me that right off the bat it's being okay. It's hovering at around 800 or 900 RPMs, and it's not having too much variation, and when it does, it's subtle, and it's not bleh, bleh, like it's missing at all. So it remains to be seen whether that will be... Yeah, see, I feel it... Okay. Yeah, I felt it again. Let's put it in drive. See really quick. Okay, yeah, so I don't know what it's doing now. It's doing the same thing. Although, not as frequently. It's holding steady at about 8 something. It doesn't seem to be jumping around nearly as badly as often. It hasn't done that usually. It doesn't usually stay at that low of an RPM and not jump around much. But it's still doing it. Yeah, so I don't know what the issue was. It didn't solve... we did get the PCV valve replaced, but it didn't solve whatever issue we were having. Maybe, it sounds like a stupid thing, but maybe the idle's too low? Because it's not warmed up and it's trying to idle at almost 500, which is lower than it used to. But anyway, we didn't fix the problem, but we did replace the thing, the PCV valve. So if this video was helpful, leave a like, subscribe for more projects and repair videos. And as always, if you want to support the channel, there are affiliate links in the description below to places like Amazon, where I'll link a link to I'll put a link to the PCV valve that I got, but I got it at O'Reilly's, so you can get it there as well. But yeah, see you guys in another video.